So let's be real. So many of us grew up with food rules that low key still control how we eat today. Finish your plate, clean that plate. No carbs tonight. It's too late for that. You can't eat that and lose weight. But what if I told you these rules are actually holding you back? Yeah, they're holding you back from sustainable weight loss. So let's talk about it. So food rules, they really do end up shaping the way we eat more than we actually realize, y'all. And most of the time, we don't even be questioning stuff. We just follow it because that's what we were taught, right? And that's what we saw or see in society. But here's the thing. These rules, most of the time they're based on fear and not facts. Yeah. They make you feel like make you feel real guilty for eating certain things. And over time, what happens is that guilt can turn into frustration. It turns into restriction. It turns into eventually quitting altogether. Yeah. And let me tell you, I know this. I know this struggle. I'm not just talking about something I heard. I know this struggle firsthand because I followed every rule in the book, thinking it would be better, thinking I would have better results, only to find myself stuck in these cycles of guilt, cycles of starting over every Monday and heading into a cheat day, right? So today we're going to rewrite these rules. We're going to rewrite at least some of these rules, starting with these three. These are my top three that I feel gotta go. They got to go somewhere. All right. So rule number one that has to go, it got to go. You have to finish your plate. Yep. We letting that go. So listen, this one is deeply ingrained in a lot of us. All right. Our parents and our elders, they weren't trying to set us up. Don't think they were trying to make us struggle or fail for the future. What they were doing is what they knew best on the time that they lived in. All right. So back then food wasn't overstocked. It wasn't easily available, or quick to access. Our groceries were typically bought for the week, sometimes 2 weeks, if not longer. So if you wasted food back then, that meant you may not have enough for later, right? So they had to think in advance. So what they were doing was teaching us how to eat everything on our plate because food was a privilege. It wasn't a guarantee. It was a privilege. But the times have changed, right? We got DoorDash, Uber Eats, we got grocery delivery, all that stuff. So with these changing times, what I want you to know is that you don't have to let your plate decide how much you eat. Your body should. Yeah. If you are full, it is okay to stop. If you serve yourself too much, it's okay to save the rest for later. Instead of feeling like you wasted food, reframe it. I'm learning to listen to my body and honor my body's needs. Simple. All right. Now, let's get to the next rule that we got to let go. All right. So, rule number two that we letting go of. Some foods are bad and should be avoided. We're letting that go. If you've ever thought, I can't eat that, congratulations. Congratulations. You've been conditioned by diet culture, right? There's a diet culture. So we've been taught that certain foods are good and others are bad. And if you eat the bad ones, you're ruining your progress. You're ruining your lifestyle. You absolutely cannot be healthy. Not true. Because food doesn't have a moral value. All right. You're not good for eating a salad and you're not bad for eating French fries. Okay. Now, before y'all run out, this does not mean nutrition doesn't matter because it does matter. All right. Some foods are more nutrient dense while others are more indulgent. And that's just what they are. That is perfectly fine. Instead of banning foods, I want you to ask yourself, how can I make this fit my goals? Right. So if you love pasta, can you pair it with the protein? Right. And another fiber that's going to help you to be full. If you want dessert, could you enjoy a portion of that dessert that feels good for you but doesn't overdo it? Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. When you stop fearing food and start learning how to balance it, I promise you're going to gain so much freedom. And let me tell you, food freedom is going to make it 10 times more easier to have sustainable weight loss. All right. All right. Let's get to rule number three that we letting go. Now for this last rule, rule number three, you have to earn your food through exercise. This one is real sneaky. Okay. It is. It's really sneaky, but it messes up a lot of people. And I've seen it. It even messed me up. So eating, what we eat is not a punishment. And then movement, it's not a punishment for eating. But for so long, we've been taught that if we overeat, we need to burn it off in the gym. Or that we can't eat until we've earned our food, earned that cheat day, right? The problem with this is this mindset disconnects you from your body's real needs. And what ends up happening is that you start skipping meals because you didn't work out, or you start over exercising because you think you can make up for indulgent food choices. But this ain't math. This ain't algebra. All right. Your body's not a math equation. Food fuels your energy. It's for your recovery and for your everyday life. Point blank, period. So instead of thinking, how can I kind of cancel out what I ate? Ask yourself, how can I eat to support my energy needs? Yeah. Trust me, that shift alone is going to make a huge difference. Huge difference. So if those rules don't serve you, what's the better approach? Glad you asked. All right. Here are some ideas from me on how you can rewrite them in a way that's going to actually work long term. First up is listening to your body. Listen to your body. Now, I know this one sounds simple, but in reality, it's not. Not going to lie to you, it's not. Because when you spend years following food rules instead of actual hunger cues from your body, it's going to take time to rebuild trust with your body. All right. It's going to take time. Be in it to fight yourself for yourself. A great way you can start adjusting is adjust your portion sizes, right? So if you struggle with overeating because of the whole clean plate rule, try using a smaller plate that's going to help you naturally serve yourself less. All right. No piling on top, but just portion out in a smaller plate. Another thing you can do is when you eat out, opt for the lunch size portion instead of the full dinner size portion. That way you still get to enjoy your meal just without that whole pressure of trying to finish your whole plate, right? And then another thing you can do is that I found to be a game changer for me is pause halfway through your meal. Talk to yourself a little bit, right? Ask yourself, am I still hungry? And give yourself a moment to check in. And that's going to make a huge difference because if you're not hungry anymore, you just stop eating and be okay with that. Pack up the leftovers and put it away. Eat the rest later if you choose to, and if you don't choose to, be okay with it. You're still learning how to adjust to your body. There is another thing that you can do. You can make room for all foods. Yeah. I said it, make room for all foods. Instead of banning your foods and putting them into that good and bad category thing that we talked about before, focus on balance, right? Adding some balance to your life. This means that, like, say you're having something carb heavy, right? Pair it with protein and fiber that's good for you so that you can stay fuller longer. You a sweets lover like myself? You don't have to earn them. All right. Try enjoying them as a part of your meal so you don't feel the urge to overdo it later, just within the proper portion control. And if you are eating something indulgent, actually enjoy it. Yeah. Because we don't do cheat days because we don't cheat. And so no cheat day guilt. No, I'll burn this off later mindset, right? Just the satisfaction in knowing that you can eat what you love and still reach your goals because it is true. And the best part about it is when you stop seeing food as off limits, this whole obsession around it, it disappears and it makes sustainable weight loss way easier. Way I said it. All right. So this last one is for you to shift your mindset around food and movement. Yep. That's the tip. This one is a game changer now because how you think about food, it directly affects how you feel about eating. Yes, the mental goes with the physical. Trust me. So instead of, I got to work out to burn this off, how about I move my body because it feels good and supports my energy? Instead of, oh, I messed up, I'm going to start fresh on Monday. I want you to give a go. Every meal is a new opportunity to nourish myself and learn about myself, right? Yeah. Instead of, I shouldn't be eating this, I want you to give a go. I'm allowed to enjoy all foods without guilt because you are. Yeah. The way we talk to ourselves about foods is, and our movement, it's going to shape the experience. So let's rewrite the script. Let's rewrite how we speak to ourselves about food. All right. Now that we have talked about food rules and I've given you some ideas, let me know in the comments, which food rule do you feel like you're still unlearning? There's no judgment. I just want to hear from you. And if this information resonated with you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and turn on those notifications so that way you can get more mindful wellness content. I'll see you next time. Peace out.